Hey guys, Phil Baumhardt here. So for today's knife of the week, I got another Yankee Slayer to show you. This has got to be one of my favorite ones that I've made so far as it looking the most like the original D-guard Bowie knives of the Milledgeville Arsenal, which is what this kind of model that I make is based on, is the Milledgeville Arsenal D-guard Bowies. And I've got a separate video about these historic knives and a book that was written kind of talking about these. So if you're interested more in that, you can check that video out. So it's another blade out of 80CR V2, fully sharpened false edge, just like the originals. The blade length is 19.5, which is definitely on the bigger side for these knives, if my memory serves. But it's got, to me anyways, it's got a real nice overall balance and look to it. But the overall length is 24 inches, and the handle is 3.9. So what I found is that the D-guards actually don't need that big of a handle, because you kind of grab it and your extra bit of hand is going to hang off the side, and that's fine. You know, when these start getting too big, your hand is rattling around too much in here. So I think it's just big enough. If you're wearing a pair of gloves, it'll fit just fine. But with bare hands, it's a good fit. I wear a large size glove, so I think this will fit most people's hands. But mild steel guard, very thick and strong. I kind of cleaned this up nicely on the grinder, so with the small wheel attachment on the broadback, I was able to do that and give it a real nice kind of clean look to it. So peen through construction, so the tang goes all the way through to the back. You can see it right there. So good, strong construction. The wood itself is some old salvaged wood that a friend of mine found and gave this to me, and we're thinking it's either kind of a redwood or a mahogany. Personally, I think it's a mahogany. This came off of a old desk down in Detroit that was getting thrown out. So some really old dry wood. Takes this fibuling's stain really nice to give it that kind of red look, very similar to the Milledgeville Arsenal Bowie. So I'm happy with the way that the handle came out, and it's got a good I did kind of a hourglass shape to it, so fills the hand nicely. Got that center bulge, which is very iconic for these Milledgeville D-guards. Blade is 3/16 of an inch long, right in keeping with the historic ones. So it kind of keeps the weight down for such a big blade, so it can actually still be wielded fairly light and fast. And then for the sheath, a lot of neat spit oil dye on this one to kind of give it that red hue. So just like the original sheaths that they made, got a copper rivet up here, sewn on belt loop. And a big complaint of the historic ones is these belt loops would rip off, so I made sure I used a little bit thicker leather and good heavy stitching on that. All my stitching is tarred bank line, so good stitching that has got a real long life. Reinforced throat here, so extra bit of leather on the throat, just like the originals. And then I've got some the historic ones had pewter rivets. These are just some extra long rivets from Tandy, but just really gives it a nice look. Really happy with the way this one came out, and so that sort of pairing of the sheath and handle and the guard. This is the guard. After I cleaned it up, I got it hot, not trying to quench it or anything, but just hot. Dipped it in corn oil, and that's what gives you that kind of black, consistent finish. So if you think you want to own this knife, I'm going to have a link for it in the description box. It'll take you to the Etsy web store. You can check it out there and check out some of my other works. You can also follow me on Facebook and Instagram. I'm going to have links in the description as well, so you can follow me there and keep up with my latest and greatest work. So as always, I appreciate the support. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, be more Viking.